last one of the year. So other than that, I think just paying attention to the Transportation Advisory Committee and how we're working on that process. How soon we can get in front of the city commission. To me, I know that with their agenda setting, this was one of the topics. So
Does the city have ability, like that's in Portland, that they set speed limit to 20, they can, on all the local streets, right, they can do such a thing if, the citizens were so desired.
Yeah, they had some flexibility there that we didn't have. So Portland, they got that. They had more flexibility than the cities had.
Oh,
well, you have to jump in and do it as something. We have to do something neighborhood. Help with everything. Please let us know.
moving along.
Video or audio or both? Yeah. I know that earlier today we had some internet connection issues, so I'm not sure if that's still playing, maybe with the weather. But Judy is also having a difficult time hearing us.
Doctor, can we hear you real quick?
I think you can hear. I can only hear like every maybe third word or so. I can't really follow. I wasn't able to hear the member of the public's concerns, other than I think that this was maybe something on Lynn Road.
Yeah, so I know what I've found with the owl is if multiple people talk at once, it gets really hard. Are you still hearing? Is it still being broken when I'm talking?
I was able to hear you, and then but it still would cut out.
I wonder if it's distance from us.
Yeah.
And sorry, I would be there, but I've been recovering from this nasty flu since last week, and I didn't want to get anyone sick.
This is actually good, Julie, just to have you on because I think you're the only one that's on. Right? Or is there others?
Company reporting us. The cable company.
The cable company.
And
Okay.
he's been texting me. That's how I know it.
Okay.
In addition to that,
So, well, the only other thing I can say is, has that secondary microphone been plugged in the whole time?
this one, yeah.
But it was in front of you.
How about if we unplug that?
Well, I just moved it down there. And so Vance, why don't you give it a 1, 2, 3 and see if she can hear you?
Hello, Julie. This is Vance. How are you?
Yeah, see, it just glitched right now when he was talking. I still can't hear.
Thanks again, Julie, for assisting us.
through this. How is that sounding now? Is that better, worse, glitching, or no?
Yeah, I can hear now. It just glitched for a bit and kind of my screen froze for a sec.
Well, we unplugged the external mic, so I think we're. This is pretty hard for you to see. I just took a quick minute today. I thought, you know what? Just put together this very quick graphic.
I'm gonna share the screen really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Jimmy, question for you. Can you see it says proposed sign installation?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay, well, we've been talking about this intersection. So Jason Dornberg, our transportation manager, and myself, went out to the intersection, drove it every which way we could. And this is what we talked about at our last meeting. Bruce was having some IT issues or the one that brought it to our attention. So you can see my cursor right in this area. Sign, it says no parking this side of the road. There's others along Gaffney. Saying to post to have a nice stop. It's that big tree that you see, that is really quite enormous, and it blocks the stop sign until you're. So one of the things that we're going to do again at night, up ahead. Okay, the existing stop sign. We're going to move to this. There. Gentlemen, police chase went over. Hey, you've got to go right or left here. That's our intent with those three signs. They're going to be just behind the curve. And moving on to no parking. So we are going to strike about right from the edge of this driveway up. And we're going to have a sign. There's no parking with a right arrow. And we have another post right in this vicinity that we can have another point at each other, right? And it right there, side of Berta, we're going to go sidewalk up. So the reason being is we discussed if vehicles are parked there, which it really does obstruct motorists. I just see right on Berta. There's a couple vehicles there, especially for trucks or vans. It's hard to see vehicles on Berta. That's really for people crossing Berta right there. You know, we heard pretty loud and clear from. If there is a car parked right side to his driveway, it really obstructs steps. So
we're gonna paint the curb where we took out the,
Oh, over here?
yeah,
I don't think so, because if you drive that, even though it's signed, we've never had a problem. It's pretty. Yeah, I've never seen anybody park on that side of the road. It's. This is a proposed sort of white line that we would bold. Totally in favor of the signage that I've just described. I'm still on the fence about the white line and that are making this.
To neck it down, so they have to kind of slow down.
If we did something like that, I'm thinking that just the 4 inch by 4 inch
Yeah.
raised
Yeah.
markers.
Yeah.
Yeah, still mountable,
Yeah.
but and disrupt a car or a motorcycle.
we don't know about the reflectors.
Say again?
I call them railroads, the little buttons that they give like a rumble.
Well, these would do that too.
Yeah. So I'm putting the line there and then putting those on.
Oh,
They'll,
yeah,
Like, right, so I think,
they'll stay in the left of it. Otherwise, their passenger soda will be.
right.
Yeah.
Right, or maybe the neighborhood's in too. It's not really representative of where it probably. But signage I've explained and the curbing. I used to.
We're gonna do bus stop there. So the homeowner across where you,
I think it would benefit him too, yes, for getting out of it. So.
Give me a week.
Oh, say January.
This is really up for the chair to talk about. I'll just introduce it, but obviously we're ending 2022, moving into 2023. Typically we elect a chair and a vice chair. Last time we talked about this a little bit, but Henry was out of the room, so we won't tell Henry what we said about him. But I was trying to pick that in the notes. Anyway,
recording.
that's right. It's recorded too. But at that, Ben showed an interest in this a while back and has continued that interest. We met and him. So why don't you just I guess in mind.
Well, at this point, let me put it this way. It seems that having served as chair for 2 terms, that it might be wise to allow somebody else to chair if nobody fights me for it. If they do, I'll lose. The only reason I was saying that seemed to show up a lot. So anyways,
Unless you're in Africa.
yeah, unless I'm in Africa. And so at this point, if there's any discussion about any differences in that, it'd be a good time to have it. Change. Either of which would be
January.
this would be effective January.
But
Chair.
Oh, okay.
Set it down until I give it back to you.
yeah, I mean, it's the committee's decision, really, but I think, it's volunteer committee. And sometimes, there's, I don't know how much more work it is as the chair than just a standard. You kind of got to take charge of the meetings for sure.
That's so,
Okay, so I want to say it'd be appropriate to have someone other than the two of you to make a motion and second that.
or second.
Go ahead and say it.
Any abstentions?
Great.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. we appreciate about the committee itself, and I know Audrey gave me a little update. She's looking like she's got her hands full over here. I don't know, are you still getting problems with feedback?
I am from the cable company who's recording us. Cutting in and out.
We have to do it all again tomorrow night.
Because we usually have pretty good Wi-Fi in here.
Mm-hmm.
Did we lose Julie too?
No.
I'm still here, but yeah, I'm still having some audio issues.
Okay. All right, well, we're trying to take a run at this, and obviously we're learning a couple of things. So I apologize for that, Julie. I'm not quite sure. I think with regard to you and your application, the intention was to do the interview next meeting. So you're just kind of an active listener at this point, right?
Right.
Okay, well, thank you for that. So anyway, a couple of things that Audrey pointed out was that Miles Tatch pointed at the beginning of the year, I think he made it for one or maybe two meetings, and then, we haven't really seen or heard from him, and he was going to reach out, which he did, and he still hasn't responded, and his term ends this meeting anyway. So anyway, he's out. We've got two other vacant positions, and then we've got Julie who's applied. And knowing what I know about Julie, she's likely going to be an easy decision for you guys to appoint. And I guess unless she withdraws her application between now and next meeting, so hopefully that won't happen, Julie. But
If she tries to, we have an audio issue, we didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that will mean that you would have still two vacancies, and we'll continue to advertise for those and try and fill those. It's been a long time since we've had
I was reapplying, even if you wanted to apply, you couldn't select an application.
Oh, really? So you had technical difficulties applying?
No, it wasn't, like when you go to apply, you couldn't select that.
Oh, it had closed, so it was open for a period of time, and then but there was a cutoff date of applying, and so I had the city recorder open it back up between when we.
But I wonder if we have vacancies, wouldn't we just keep it
Open.
leave it open?
Yeah, that's what I think too. I don't know. I didn't know if Jacob, but he may have some good justification for it, but I don't know. And it does seem like,
We should be putting tunnels in front of them.
right, let's make it easy. People apply for this stuff when they're good.
Oregon City Facebook page or something like that.
They posted their openings on committees pretty regularly, but not everybody does social media. And I don't know, I think they do it in the trail news. I think they do it on the website. And I know they do it in social.
What about a quick banner on just the landing page for the city? I mean, for all committees, not just ours, but just something that's like now accepting applications. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something that. And then it sends you into the, hey, if I want to research it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get somebody to the homepage.
There's a news, there's two areas. One's upcoming calendar, and the other is like new jobs coming up, and it would be now you can apply for this, and it's all right here. We don't have banners at the top.
Yeah, just something
more
that
like
they got
a news that they can scroll through and see.
Yeah.
We are right, and so I think they'll come out maybe mid.
And then I guess the other good news is you did get your reapplication. Mm-hmm. And then, Julie, just so you know, in our packet is your application and even you'll have a month to contemplate those questions. That's what you have to look forward to. And then the next item is just some suggestions for goals, and we can make this. We did talk to Henry and Ben about this earlier Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is draft. They haven't seen these yet, but this is kind of something. And I think, just based on the public comment, we probably could add in that's, I'm trying to remember, did we couple? Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, that's,
So it's on our list of goals. And I think that's coming up, like I said, in January.
I think she was going to so Clackamas County's already applied and been granted. So she was going to check with her contact at Clackamas County about the process and what was all involved when they get back to her.
So let's go through these, and if there's things on in here or if there's things on here that you don't like or you're wondering about, we can talk about it, and things that are missing that you're feeling pretty passionate about getting done.
You need to prioritize them in order or anything, or is this just a? Next one.
And maybe, I think when it comes to tackle, everything is a priority. So let's start. Okay, so this neighborhood traffic fact sheet that the Transportation Advisory Committee developed, I don't know, 4 years ago. I don't know what you said was dated 2016 or something.
yeah.
That's about right.
I didn't look at, I didn't see that
Anyway,
right now.
it's Audrey looked at it. I didn't look at it, but she looked at it and said, yeah, it needs to be updated. So that one's one that I think this is just kind of annually. We should probably look at that a little more often and update it. It's our own document, right?
Yeah.
Surprisingly long, but I mean, just things like TAC membership is right on the front page, and updates, but there will be some updates, and so that's one goal, is to just not only do it this year, but make sure we get that updated annually. So, those do the updates we think about, and then share it with you in red line version. We get an agenda item, and we can, do that. Engagement with the community and education. So this was one that, both these items under here, these sub items, neighborhood associations, trying to get folks, the neighborhood association, particularly the one that's closest to them.
Them and I would be part of it. I think we figured that out.
It's outside of the park place.
Okay.
So, that, or, we could look at meetings. It depends. I mean, this came from, I think, Henry, right? Or like,
Does they have which one?
Oh,
the neighborhood associations, was that you?
Street right now that we listen to. Once a quarter, once a year. Associations be there as a sounding board.
Oh, that's good.
I can sign myself that, right? I don't want to volunteer anybody else, but I think that's good that we then go back and say, voices were heard in the neighborhood. This is kind of, like you said, I think that'd be good to engage.
Neighborhoods than members are presenting. I think what could be potentially useful is if we have a meeting or something like a open house or something where we could invite all Senate representatives or whoever spend the time and
I think if there's a list somewhere, I've seen it.
Accomplishment spots have been, like in my situation, I'm on the board of our HOA. I'm like, well, wow. And then if it's online, we get about 75, 85%, enough to always have a quorum. So I throw things out to them every once in a while, say, hey, you guys see of anything that needs to be improved, or there's a street somewhere that needs to be, or there's a traffic, let me know so I can bring it to the meeting. Contact the HOAs that are throughout. That will be a very good way of communicating it. That information will be disseminated to them, because a lot of times the Facebook page, not the personal page, but the HOAs have a Facebook page and it's homeowner association. That's one of the fastest ways of communicating issues. So HOAs, at first I thought you were talking neighborhood associations. So HOAs are obviously different than neighborhood associations. And those are the ones that people usually attend. So, but we don't track those. It's about this. They pay dues. They pay dues. So you got their attention, you know, what's good, what's bad. Or we know who the contacts are. But the things like Park Place neighborhood, they must know of all the things every year. Well, I think they send that to every resident in the Park Place neighborhood. That's what I'm saying. So they must know. Yeah, I think they just send it to the residents.
Yeah, it's just at least like, yeah.
Like there are some, like we've had testimony from the guy, the folks that live off of, they wanted a speed bump.
Yeah.
Tower Vista, but I can't think of the name of Frontier Parkway.
Yes.
Yeah, so that group, I don't even think it's called Frontier Parkway, but they have an owners association that are active. Oh, but it sounds like you guys are liking the model a little more of trying to get the word out to come here or to send comments here.
well, I was thinking like, I mean, if we were to like, there's like maybe 2 neighborhood associations that I'm hearing that we would be covering. But how many neighborhood associations that are in Oregon City?
I think there's 15, but there's maybe
Well, let's say how many
12 active.
Okay,
10
well,
active.
but inviting like those active to like some sort of like open style house where they can come and talk and discuss these issues, I think may be useful.
Yeah, I think that's a useful tool, and I think that gamut in 1 year. But I think just being available to say, hey, not attack. You can say, hey, this is the process, and let me sitting over there, and he's on the tack. Said about what we just did with his neighborhood.
Well, what I was thinking is maybe it'd be worthwhile for you to brainstorm with the chair of the CIC to figure out. I don't know, to be honest with you. We try all forms of communication with these groups, and we still miss, right? It's just hard to get folks, unless they're, adamant about a speeding complaint or frustrated with, cut through traffic or, too many pop.
It's now they know, okay, I can talk to those folks, or I can attend this.
Oh, I propose you, John, if you let me know when. Yeah, C meeting.
CIC. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you'll attend. You'll talk to the CIC chair. Okay, and we'll figure out that. Yeah. Okay. That's good.
I think what John's suggesting, we engage with CIC.
And then it's about engagement, right? As opposed to just showing up and
Right.
I think. And stuff like that. Because a lot of
Yeah, so I'm waiting for.
All right, and then there was this ride along with the OCPD, which is another just kind of a area. Was that you, Ben?
I think both of those were, yeah, just engagement. That's a same.
That they can tell, because they're on the streets every day.
So at least retired like right before COVID, and I haven't been fun
Yeah,
since then. I'm
But-
like drawing a blank on her name too. Kristen was,
yeah, it was.
yeah, her son was like the captain.
On the ride-alongs, my guess is if maybe, Audrey, can you make a note to reach out to those, or if they're doing those, and if they are,
easy for us to sit there and say this or that. So by having that more data to look at and evaluate versus.
Okay, so we don't have to solve these tonight. If we get all our goals solved tonight, we'll make Tim happy, but we're.
I remember everything you told me.
That sounds good. Definitely sounds good. The next one is member participation is needed on the community advisory committees with work related to Oregon City transportation and emphasis on state safe routes to school. So this was something that kind of painted. The main one was this October 24th event, which is more than a year out, but it's October walk bike. Officially, but we are, yeah, we're very confident. That'd be a hard target to hit. That guy was all over the place, but yeah. Yeah, it's just active participation when it makes sense, when those opportunities like.
Yeah, Ray was our go-to man for all. And working with downtown people, he was working with bicycle groups.
Also, somewhat related to his job.
Yeah.
So that helped.
Yeah, it helped.
He had a degree in it.
Again, just kind of overseeing those, especially those larger developments. I mean, there's development slowed, but we still get small developments here and there. I don't think that's what this is about. It's more like engagement is another kind of. I would say that's kind of a no-brainer. You guys have been doing that. We're not any of that, so that's an easy one to hit, and it's all driven by the developments. This is one that we agreed would be good, the tech transportation campaign. So trying to get out early, so bringing out to you folks early an actual campaign. A lot about speeding. I think what got me focused was the Berta intersection issue, which was, hey man, we got accidents here. Well, the accidents that we had there were more than distracted.
We get several, once or twice a year, we get at least a drunk driver.
Yeah, and then you sent us the video of the car sliding around the corner. That was pretty interesting. So.
Yeah.
Back to what's a campaign that this committee wants to focus on for 2023. Yeah. There is a state agency T2 center, and so it's kind of like what we did a while back with that sticker on the garbage can campaign that didn't go. There was this might have been before your time where we had
Slow down.
So that was a tackling. They sponsored it.
Was it heads up, slow
Yeah.
heads up? Yeah, there was a trash can I see going down Hall
Yeah.
on Tuesday mornings.
Heads up, or hands down. No, it was actually, the artwork was done by an Oregon City police officer. B&B Leasing sponsored those. We got a bunch of those stickers, and the idea was to put them on the trash cans, because that once a week, and you might actually. There's quite a few of them around. I still see them once in a while. So the idea would be to bring some ideas to you folks about what that might look like, and then we would go with that and try to emphasize that at the National Night Out. There's got a lot of things you guys can do with that, but we haven't done that in a long time. Provide some fun and provide support for transportation opportunities presented. Is brought in. So anyway, just when those opportunities come up, making sure we get tax support for that in the form of a letter. Don't think that's going to be I think that's going to be kind of a big deal.
State at the county speed limit. Go out and have it reevaluated. Those areas before they're annexed.
Or you got people talking about it, so clear understanding of what we can do. And then, start up. We mentioned it back, so like some. Right, we're not always gonna get that right, we're gonna get that person that comes in here and says this is a no. Versus 2 houses down. Big hurdle, the speed bump program. So I've just got a feeling that once the word gets out that, hey, we changed the speed limit on this street, that all the surrounding area. Oh yeah, because there's all city costs accrued to change all. But there's something, if we're looking at changing multiple. People that truly want it, right, are gonna step forward versus the one.
But I think it's a broader discussion, at city level, you know, what.
Tim?
The fastest thoroughfare.
You know, people coming with 20, 25 miles, you know. Speed that maybe does make sense, but, you know, I think, said initially the commission wasn't so excited about, you know, going there. But now we, like, I guess on their desk, we could have the authority to basically somehow set 20 miles per hour, 25 everywhere if you wanted to. But what is that process? And I'm sure it needs to be a big outreach to and what kind of neighborhood they want to. In a neighborhood, but not like on. Does? Yeah.
And you mean?
It may qualify,
It qualifies, yeah.
There's certainly parts of it that qualify.
I know we were pretty well restricted on that decision to post what they were.
Well, then problems are gonna go to the neighboring street. Everybody's coming to our neighborhood. You have that little balance, you gotta slow it down. Where's it coming from? You know, it's just like when you have down there at Upland Road, everybody.
That's why I think it has to be like and decisions because
Give them two numbers.
Well, I have seen beaten path communities where they catch your attention by 29.5. How does that work?
Well, my car idles at 17, you know.
It's like, this isn't really a time.
Okay, so yeah, and then the last one's pretty basic. So that's what so you know, again, I do get a little worried about work effort because we have other things we do, especially with that speed zone one. It's going to take some energy.
a lot of energy. Meeting and where we had Dirk and whole capacity standards for local streets and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That interaction between community development and PAC. I think that to me, I think that's one thing that and I mean they're looking for our help.
is anybody, has you had
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
What we're hearing from them is that there are some agencies that have established this standard.
any information about where those are?
Yeah, I just don't remember.
Oh, DKS,
Yeah, DKS has something. I just don't
something,
remember
but
what
they
city.
didn't give us. And I'm actually curious about this thing because I'm going to talk to some of our Tilson folks to see if we're doing this on some national level.
That can establish capacity. You have a velocity going through it. You have an air. Suggests that there is a method.
Not to deviate or try to get us back on track, Henry, because you're deviating our conversation here. You think there should be a goal related to that conversation?
I think so, but
Yeah.
unless if you get
No, I think that was a pretty specific ask of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it would,
Yeah. So I'm going to put capacity standards for local streets.
yeah.
Establish capacity standards for, or establish.
I think that's really useful.
A recommendation.
They were looking for,
Well, something. I mean, I don't know what's.
right, but I mean, there was a pretty specific ask.
John's gonna go work on it. But I think that's something we should really, I think it's
I think they wanted
frustrating and.
they wanted a little gap between the planning commission and the community, and they were asking the TAC to try to do the research, figure out all the factors and things that we should be considering in that, and bring them a recommendation. That's what.
you're thinking about with the minutes.
Yeah, because I think, well, Mike Mitchell was the one who wrote the memo. He's now on the city commission, he was on the planning commission. So he was the one carrying the passion about that particular topic. I haven't really had a chance to talk to Mike about that. Dirk, I think he tried to give us an understanding of what they were looking for, but it was a little bit hard to.
I think we just kind of said, we want to help.
Talk to Harmonis to see, who's doing this.
Yeah.
60, 70 people at the PRB, I'm sure. It's covered somewhere.
Yeah. Julie, are you still on?
No, she hung up.
Okay. Dana provided an update last meeting and, yeah, no update since then. So in that part I didn't change at all or wasn't suggesting any changes.
Abernathy and Holcomb to
Redland Road, you're talking Redland Road up and around 213.
right from Abernathy. And
That's county road.
that's county.
Yeah, and at some point, ODOT
Go down right away comes back on that.
So what do we say to, is that Oregon City we say about a pothole? Or is that, or?
I would report the pothole under a
Yeah.
report a pothole thing and then,
Then Jason or I'll reach out to the county.
Okay.
They use it.
I tried.
Bailey, the county guys.
they probably-
That's
and it's like county on this side of the pothole and
Part of them in there, but they're, it's still like a. But when you're talking about reporting, that's kind of like at what, where at Greenberg Road going into the ODOT and private property.
Mm-hmm.
Portland in there too somewhere.
Well, I didn't think
No,
of it.
it's just,
But it depends like how. Although that's ODOT's traffic light, you know.
appreciate your efforts.
And you know,
Are we, or did we?
you're not showing me yet.
I think we're still video.
And end it so that we can go home a half hour early.
Hey, Audrey,